Hi guys, I'm back again with another fun brief video, just something that I was thinking about doing for a while, so I thought, well, I finally got some free time, let's do it. So today's video is just going to be basically my ultimate ranking of the Disney princesses, and by Disney princesses I mean the ones that have been officially coronated at Disney World. So for example, Anna and Elsa aren't on here, which I have no issues with them. It's just they're not in the official list at present. I had a quick look into it to see who was in the official rundown, and they're not there yet. Maybe soon, maybe when Frozen 2 comes out they'll do it. But yeah, so I don't dislike Anna and Elsa, they're just, according to the list I found anyways, they're not coronated yet. So they're not in there, and there might be a couple of others you question that why aren't they there, whatever. I just went off this list, so I've ranked this list. I think it's of 11, so I have my top 11, but like I say, there's other characters that potentially be in this list, so it's not definitive. But I just thought this would be a fun little thing to do. So here I am talking about Disney princesses, since my channel is named after Disney and I don't talk about Disney actually that much. But I am a huge Disney fan, and I'm going to give you some opinions based on that. So in last place, I'm sure no one's surprised, I have said how I'm not really that bothered about this film. I did watch it again, more recently, I'd say maybe last year it was or something, and I didn't hate it like I did the first time I saw it. Well, hate's a bit strong. I wasn't as disappointed in it, but I still don't think it'll ever be in my top favourites, and that goes the same for the princess. That is Princess Rapunzel from Tangled. I don't know what it is about this film, I just don't care about it. I just don't care. I don't know why, because I can't even say it's because it came out when I was older, because you know there's another princess in here, shock. I'm sure you're not that shocked, and you already know if you've seen any of my videos whatsoever who that princess is, who is ranked very highly. But I don't know, Tangled / Rapunzel just does not do it for me. I'm not, sorry, not a fan. Don't hate her. I used to get quite mad that there was a really big buzz around Tangled and that Rapunzel was really popular, but I'm just kind of indifferent to her now. She's just there. So she's at the bottom, sorry. So in 10th place is shocking to some people, I'd probably say, because she's so iconic, but I've got my reasons, and that's Snow White. So yeah, the beginning of it all, the reason why we even have Disney to go by, but she's just a little bit dull. She's just not got as much of a personality going on than some other princesses do, and other characters in the whole of the Disney world. I don't dislike her again, I've got nothing against her, I think she's very cute. She has a very sweet singing voice. I'm just not as bothered about her. Again, it's just kind of I accept that she's there and I like her, but I don't really have any other feelings than, well, I like her. So sadly she's ranking there. You know, at least she's repping for us pasty girls with dark brown eyes, but I don't know, I'm just not really that fussed. Now, number 9, someone who probably should be ranked lower because I've said horrible things about her, but the more I think about it, I'm I have issues with her, but at least it's because she has more for me to talk about and more for me to care about, so that's why I've kind of ranked higher. And so that is Ariel. I know, it's okay, the internet is probably screaming at me right now, keyboards are flying, they're not even typing, they're so angry, but I just don't care for Ariel at all. I think she's a bit of an idiot, and she doesn't do a lot for me as an adult. I used to like her a lot more as a child. I used to love The Little Mermaid. I had the dolls, and I actually sang Part of Your World in a school talent show. Probably won't sing it again though. I think those days have been and gone. But so I like The Little Mermaid as a film, and I just think Ariel's a bit of a problematic character. And I know it's like, it's a kids movie, it's a family movie, and they weren't going to go into full plot development, and they did what they could with the source material and whatnot. I just, why give up that mermaid life for Prince Eric? Like, it just, I don't understand. You've got this awesome mermaid life. But for me, that film is about Ursula. She is one of my favourite Disney characters. So I watch it more for her, and my boyfriend actually calls it Sebastian the movie. He refuses to let it be called The Little Mermaid because he's like, no, that's Sebastian's movie, Sebastian the movie. So I guess he's probably even influenced me even more to put a lower ranking, because he just doesn't even care. Like, he's like, Sebastian is the main character of this film, and it's about how he has to put up with an annoying teenager, and he has to like deal with her and her stupid crap that she gets up to. Legit, this is legit. I should film him once and ask him like opinions on these random things that I always bring up. But so yeah, Ariel's just not that big on my list. Sorry. So yeah, then number 8. This one again I've ranked mainly because her film I like and I've defended, but we're kind of in that I like it territory now. We're not really like, the other ones were kind of like, don't care for. This is now I like it territory, but she's still in the bottom of that. And that is Merida from Brave. Even though she's a fabulous ginger just like me, and I love that, and I think she's adorable. Like her actual, the look of Merida is very sweet, and that really appeals to me, and I really like how she looks. I think she looks more like a real young girl, and I really appreciate that, but her film just doesn't hold as much with me as some of the others do, and I haven't like gone back and watched it as many times as I have some of these others. So yeah, I'm just putting Merida here for that reason, but I love how independent she is, and I love that Pixar actually decided to make a princess movie, because I think they bring a whole new flavour to like what Disney does as a whole. Like, I think all of their films kind of are part of the Disney family, but they're like, they've married into that family. They're not by blood. So like, they get along, but it's a whole different vibe. So I like that. But yeah, it's just not one of my favourite films, even though I do really like it, and I have defended Brave because a lot of people obviously, like, when it came out, slagged it off. But I think it's a good film. I just think that they should have advertised that film not so misleadingly. But yeah, Merida, I like her. She's cute. She's Scottish, which is a bit closer to home for me, I guess, because, you know, I'm English, so we're next door neighbours, and I actually have Scottish people in my family, so that's cool, but it's just not my favourite. Sorry, Merida. So then next up on the list we have Aurora from Sleeping Beauty, who is Phil's favourite princess because he thinks she's really sassy, and I mean, she is kind of a bit sassy, but she doesn't have a lot of screen time in her film, so that kind of puts her a bit lower down the list anyway. She becomes a bit of a background character in her own film, and to me her film is more about Maleficent, who is again one of my favourite Disney characters, and the fairies, and Merryweather is also one of my favourite Disney characters. So she kind of gets outshone in her own film, but she has a beautiful singing voice, and I really like the look and design of her. I love the fact that she has violet eyes. I don't know why, it just really appeals to me. I find it really pretty. And I think, like, I get the sass thing that my boyfriend talks about. We've watched a lot of Disney films together, you may have noticed. But she's just in the middle for me. Like, I like her, I enjoy her film, I just think she gets outshone quite a bit, and so that kind of takes her away from the top. I would say then from this kind of point on is more top, and I did find like a few of these difficult to kind of who am I going to rank over who at this point. So the next one I am going with is Belle from Beauty and the Beast. Again, I know she's probably much higher ranked in other people's lists, but for me that's where she is. I think again because Beauty and the Beast, she gets outshone by other characters. The Beast is my #1 favourite Disney character of all time, so I mean she's already in second place. And then there's Mrs. Potts in this film, who I love and adore. Angela Lansbury is just everything as Mrs. Potts. Mrs. Potts. So yeah, she just kind of, again, gets a little bit outshined, but I love that she's a big reader, she's intelligent, and she's willing to stand up for herself, and she doesn't want to change to fit in with the rest of the village. She is, you know, very independent again, and she's very strong-willed, and I really appreciate that about her, and I enjoy her songs, I enjoy her singing too, but she's just my least favourite of my favourites, if you know what I mean. Like, it's not, Belle is not by any means a bad Disney princess, I just really enjoy all the others more. So sorry Belle, you're kind of in the middle. Then we have Cinderella, who some people may think I've ranked quite high, especially if you know me. My boyfriend always gets surprised how much I love Cinderella, but I do love Cinderella, the film, like as a whole film, not just her as a character, but because I love her film so much, obviously that makes me rank her highly because she's part of a film I really enjoy. So yeah, I mean I love the songs of Cinderella. A Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes is like one of my favourites, weirdly enough. So it's sung by Cinderella, that means I already like her song, so I like her singing. I love her spirit, how she just doesn't give up, and she's always happy and kind, and she's just iconic. And you know, like, the fairy tale, the ultimate fairy tale is Cinderella, really, and like people talk about Cinderella stories and things, and I just really admire her, and I say I relate to her like I've been abused or something, like by my family or something, but in a way I do relate to her, just because kind of like, I don't know how to explain this without sounding horrible about my family, but I don't mean to be horrible, but like, out of me and my sisters, I'm kind of the one that's had to work the most for what they've got. Like, I haven't been as, not spoiled, oh my god, I see how, but yeah, so like, I'm, like, my grandma jokes that I'm the Cinderella out of me and my sisters, but it's not like in this harsh way, it's just that I think because I was the oldest, my parents kind of like, they kind of tested more out on me, so obviously I basically I just worked more for things in life. This has got awkward, it's like I'm revealing some horrible family secret. But yeah, like, I think it's the personal joke, and I love her film so much. So Cinderella is, you know, one of the higher ranked princesses. I've actually forgotten what number I am because I've gone off on such a tangent. So I'm actually going to have to count from my notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So she was 5th. Yeah, so she did well for herself. Cinderella! So in 4th place is Pocahontas. And again, this is a film, I mean, I think from this moment on, you know, they're films that I really love. But actually, the princess above Pocahontas, I would say I like her film less, but I like her more. Anyways, yeah, so Pocahontas is a film I love, and strange fact about me as a child is I had a Pocahontas doll that I would take with me around, like, out and about with my family quite a lot. Like, I really loved this Pocahontas doll, and it was the one with Amiko that, like, you pressed it and it like spun and did plaits in her hair. I had that doll. Anyways, yeah, that was one of my favourite toys, and I think, again, beautiful singing voice. Some amazing songs have come from Pocahontas: Colours of the Wind, Just Around the River Bend. Like, it's a film that I can happily sit down and watch at any time, and so again it makes me like her more as a princess. Again, another one that I like because she's very strong-willed, she's very independent, she loves her father so much, but she knows that she can't just live the life that he expects her to have, and she goes out and does it for herself and helps to change and helps bring peace, and I really admire that. I mean, I know that the real life story isn't quite as happy in Disney, but I like what Disney did with the character, and I like the message that they gave of the spirit of the real human being Pocahontas, if you know what I mean. Like, there's still that essence there that this was a girl who was strong-willed and did what was best for her tribe to bring peace, and so yeah, like, I just really like Pocahontas. I do. And then in third place we have Princess Jasmine from Aladdin, who, this is when we get to the more like sassy princesses. Like, Jasmine has a lot of personality. She, again, knows what she wants, and she's not going to just settle for the life that her family has set out for her. She doesn't want to just marry a prince and be done with. She is, again, independent and strong-willed, and I really appreciate this in my characters. She doesn't have that much in the way of songs. She has part of your world. Nope. She has a whole new world, and that is all the singing that Jasmine gets in her film, so I can't even really go from songs, but she's very aesthetically pleasing to me. Like, I look at Jasmine and I'm like, you would be one of the most beautiful women in the world if you were real. Like, stunning. And I just really like that she has a lot of personality, and she, even though she's a strong, like, high up princess, she is willing to give this poor man a chance. I mean, spoiler, sorry. But I know that at first, obviously, like, she thinks he's a prince and whatnot, but like, she kind of gets over the prejudice of that, and like, she was already falling for him beforehand. We know this. And I really like me a bit of Jasmine, so yeah, she's at number 3. Number 2 and number 1, I don't think are going to be surprising whatsoever if you see me talk about any Disney on this channel. So number 2 is Mulan, who I love her film so much. It is amazing, and it just makes me laugh, and Mulan herself makes me laugh as a character, and I love the fact that she wants to do what's good for her family, and she wants to be a good person, but she needs to learn how to do that her own way. She can't just fit into societal norms, and that she's a bit of a, like, not loser, that sounds horrible, but like, she's a bit of a loser, and I can relate to that, you know. I was like a loser kid at school, and she's a bit of a tomboy, but she's still very feminine. Again, I can relate to that, that's very me. And here we actually get to hear the lovely Lea Salonga's vocals, because that's who was the vocals of Jasmine, but we actually get to hear them properly in Mulan with Reflection, which is, again, one of my favourite Disney songs, so I really appreciate her songs too. And she's in some more comical songs as well, which is great. Like, Mulan is just one of my faves. I love it so much, and it makes me love her. She's just a really fun character, and the fact that she's willing to sacrifice everything to make sure that her family are okay, I admire that and I respect it about her. And I think that, again, this is another one that's based on a real person, and I think it's like really admirable how much they respected the culture but still Disneyfied it and made it like fun for kids and whatnot. Like, I know it's not 100% perfectly accurate, but I think they did a good version of that story and made a good version of that character that was fun and relatable for people, but we could also understand, like, this is a real person, and respect it. So yeah, Mulan's at number 2. And now, the shocker of all shocks. I'm sure everyone is totally surprised and cannot predict who my number 1 is. I'm sure no one predicted it when they saw that I was making this video. But my number 1 is, of course, Princess Tiana, who I love and adore and admire and relate to so strongly. I've said it so many times, I'll say it again. To me, she is the best vocalist in any Disney film ever. Oh my god, Anika Noni Rose, you are a stunning vocal talent, and I love you in Dreamgirls too. So yeah, got that. Number 2, she's beautiful. Like, I everything about her I find beautiful and lovable and amazing. And I love both of her dresses, and I love the fact that she's actually a Disney princess who has two separate iconic looks. She's got the blue and the green. I appreciate that. I love her film so much, obviously, and like her whole supporting cast. She's got one of the best villains. I love the fact that she doesn't instantly fall for Naveen. They kind of like naturally, because again it's in the course of a Disney film, they naturally fall for each other, like they get to know each other a little bit, and I really appreciate that, the fact that she wasn't just willing to fawn herself all over him. But the thing I relate to the most about Princess Tiana is how much she works, because I have been through having 3 jobs at once, and even now in the one job I have, I will do a lot of, well, it goes through periods where I'll do a lot of overtime, and I can relate to being tired and doing a lot of work but still wanting to be hardworking and having that work ethic. Like, I think as an adult I do have a high work ethic, and I really appreciate that there is a princess out there who does too, and that she speaks to me on so many levels. I also think she has got a good sense of humour when she lets it out, because, you know, that's one of Tiana's struggles. I think she just has everything that makes me happy, and she kind of like, she compromises her dreams in order to do what's right, and I admire her for it. And if you haven't seen it, because this is probably the one out of the whole list that you haven't seen, if you haven't seen Princess and the Frog, please go out and watch it. I'm sure it's on like Netflix or something. I'm sure it's probably cheap on DVD because no one cares about it. Yeah, as someone who collects Princess Tianas, it's very difficult. Like, if I liked any other princess, I'm pretty sure I'd have a much bigger collection than I do, but I have my one shelf of Princess Tiana. But I don't care because I love her so much and I appreciate it. And bring more Tiana merch out, please, Disney, because I will buy it all. But yeah, Princess Tiana is of course my #1 Disney princess, and Almost There is one of the most stunningly sung Disney songs of all time. That ending is everything, like that last note, whoa. And if you find the video of Anika Noni Rose singing that song live, watch it because she is so good. I've mentioned this video so many times, but you don't understand how many times I've watched Anika Noni Rose sing Almost There live. Like, I love it. So yeah, she's my favourite Disney princess, Princess Tiana. I'm sure you're all shocked and amazed that I've picked her. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you whenever I can. Bye!